Hello, Brittany here with Chrono Yoga on YouTube. And this is an awesome video to help us relax, detach from our days, and unwind. This is, for us, we're going to be using this in real time to wind down the weekend, to feel a little bit more grounded, a little bit more calm and detached from everything that's been going on around us. But you can use this anytime you want to really help you let go of the day and feel a lot more yourself, calm and centered going into the night. Okay? So we'll get started sitting up nice and tall, sliding the palms into the body. Deep breaths in. Complete breaths out. As we inhale, we're going to fill the belly like it's a big old balloon. And as we exhale, slowly and steadily let all our air out. Engaging just at the end to extinguish the very last of the breath. Deep breaths in. Complete breaths out. Sitting back on the tailbone, letting the chest be open nice and wide. Then we'll gently bring our hands to heart center to set an intention for today's practice. I'll always offer you an intention from the yogic core values. Today we'll look at the 5 intentions that help us better our relationship with ourselves, and we'll look at the just one, swadhyaya, or self-study. Taking this time in our practice to get to know us a little bit better, watching our mind, watching our thoughts, and seeing what we think about, and watching ourselves as if we were an outside source, as if you were looking into someone else's brain and getting to just watch what they think about. And then watching the body, watching our emotions, not allowing us to think, I wish I could do this or I wish I could do that, but instead just noticing how our body moves, how our ankles want to point, how our knees want to point, how they want to set into place, letting ourselves just see and witness how our form moves. If this is a nourishing intention. If it doesn't sound so nourishing, set any other intention that'll keep your mind on your mat. Then gently ground the palms, sliding them back into the body. We're going to start our session with 2 really awesome breathing techniques. The first is Ujjayi pranayama. We're going to take 5 deep breaths as we inhale, still filling the belly, breathing through our nose. But now as we exhale, we're going to open our mouth, constrict our throat, and let out a as if we're fogging up our mirror or the glasses. Deep breaths in. Complete breaths out. 3 more just like this. Then bringing our breath back to our breathing in and out of our nose. We'll engage our second technique to just balance out our mind and let go of any extremes we might be carrying. Using our right hand, grounding the pointer in the middle finger, covering our right nostril with our thumb, inhaling left, covering the left, and exhaling right. Inhaling right, covering and exhaling left. Continuing this technique, alternating between each breath, deep breaths in through one side and out through the other. Still filling our belly as we inhale. Still letting it all go as we exhale. 2 more breaths on each side. Gently grounding the palms. We are going to start our session coming up onto our feet and going into our moon salutations. Our moon salutations are a really great way to calm out our body and really work out any of the kinks we might be feeling. We're going to start standing. If we're on a mat, standing in the center of our long waves mat, toes facing forward or the side of our mat, hips centered, shoulders centered. Take a deep breath in. Step back. We're going to find a point of focus in front of us to let our eyes just stay here. Gaze here and let go of everything else in the room. Just focus on this spot, letting your mind stay nice and clear. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. Now we're going to inhale our arms up and overhead. Our palms come together. We hug our shoulders. We're going to exhale, bend into the right side. Inhaling center. Exhaling left. Inhaling center. Exhale our hands into our heart. We're going to inhale, jump nice and wide into a nice star. Exhale, drop over to the right side. Left hand comes up. Eyes gaze up. Inhale to center. And exhale left. Inhale center. We're going to exhale, drop our butts back, coming into our goddess. Inhale, come up onto the toes in our goddess. Then exhale, drop the elbows between our knees for our garland. We're going to inhale our palms down, drop our crown, and come into our wide-legged forward fold. We'll inhale, bend our right knee, let our left toes come and face up at the ceiling in our side lunge. Inhaling to our fold. Exhaling to the left side. Chest comes up, hips come forward. Inhale, center. Exhale to our garland. Inhale on our toes, all the way up in our goddess. Exhale, drop the heels. Inhale, nice and wide. Exhale to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale to the left. Inhaling center. Exhaling back to our mountain. Inhaling our arms up. Exhale to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale our hands to our heart. Beautiful. That's just one round of our moon salutations, enough to warm up our bodies. Now we're going to go into our cat-cows. So coming down and coming onto your mat, or if you don't have a mat, that's fine too. Coming just down onto the ground, palms underneath the shoulders, our knees underneath our hips. We're going to inhale, drop our bellies, hug our shoulders, our eyes come up. Exhale, our chin into our chest, belly into our back. Inhaling up and exhaling in. Taking 3 more breaths, just like this, loosening up our spine. Giving us a little bit more energy. Gently coming to our center. Now for our practice, we're really focused on detaching from our day. So we're going to do that by really grounding into the earth. We'll start right here in our cat-cow, our tabletop, spreading our fingers nice and wide and really feeling the ground underneath our hands, making sure that the tippy tops of our toes are down on the mat. A nice technique when you need some extra grounding, some extra detaching in our cat-cow. We'll try it right now. Inhale, dropping the belly, eyes come up. Exhale, chin into our chest. Put the fleshy part of our toes on the mat to really help us accentuate our cat. Inhale, coming back in. Exhale to our cat. Taking one more breath, just like this. And then gently coming back to center. Now we're going to use this in our lunges, really feeling the ground below us. So our hands spread nice and wide. We're going to bring our right foot forward into a low lunge. Now this is a great place for us to start. And this could be our level 1. For a little bit more, we're going to step our knee back so that we're really adding some lengthening into our thigh, our upper thigh in the back. Now we're going to hug those knees towards one another. Now you see the difference. When I let my knees go loose, I have a lot more length here, but this puts a lot of stress on these muscles. So we lightly engage our knees towards one another. This centers my hips forward and brings me a nice, beautiful lunge. Hugging our right knee back, our left knee forward. Now we're going to inhale our arms up and overhead. Gently gaze past our fingers, lift through the fingers, and take 3 deep breaths here. Inhale, filling the belly. Exhale, letting it go. Just 2 more. Lifting through the fingers. And then gently returning the palms to the ground. We're going to ground our left palm, spreading our fingers nice and wide, and reaching our right arm up to come into a twisted lunge. Taking 3 deep breaths here, lifting through our right arm so that we don't sink into our left shoulders. Taking 2 more breaths. Eyes gazing at the ceiling. And then gently coming back in. We're going to put the fleshy part of our toes on the mat, pressing up. Our left heel will be off the mat. We'll hug our knees and drop that left heel at 45 degrees. That's going to bring our left heel in line with our right heel, and we're going to inhale our arms up, coming into our warrior 1. Now, our hip's going to want to drop back. We're going to hug our left hip toward our right knee so that we're centered over our right knee. Inhaling, reaching through the arms, letting our gaze come up again, giving us a nice arch in our back. 3 deep breaths here. Inhale, filling the belly. Exhale, letting it go. And just 1 more. Then dropping the left arm behind us, our right arm comes in front of us. Now we let that left hip drop. We hug our shoulders, but we make sure our shoulders are stacked over our hips. Now when we do this, our hips turn to the side, our right knee wants to come in. We're going to push that open. Arms come back up, hugging the shoulders. 3 deep breaths. Inhale, filling the belly. Exhale, letting it go. Just 2 more. And 1 more. Dropping our back hand to the inside of our left knee. We're going to slide it up to our hip. Our right arm's going to come up and overhead. Palm facing the floor. We're going to hug our shoulder in as we lift through our fingers and gaze up at the ceiling, giving us a nice twist in our reverse warrior. And we're going to bend into our knee a little bit more. 3 deep breaths. Should be feeling pretty good. Just 1 more. We're going to cartwheel our arms. Bring our right hand to the inside of our right foot. We're going to gently straighten our knee, lifting through our left palm, coming into our triangle. Both palms facing outward. This is going to be our level 1. For a level 2, we bring our right hand to the outside and we keep that left shoulder stacked, really opening us up. Still lifting through the fingers, 3 deep breaths. Filling the belly as we inhale, letting it all go as we exhale. Just one more. And then we're going to gently ground our right palm to the side as we lift our left leg off the ground, coming into our half moon. We're going to let our gaze come past our fingers, spreading our toes, and as if we're pulling through our toes, straightening our leg, taking 3 deep breaths here. Filling the belly as we inhale, letting it all go as we exhale. If we need a block under our hand, we can. We find what fits us best. For some of us, it may be keeping our gaze down, finding what suits you and staying there. And then gently returning our palm, our leg into our forward fold, surrendering our crown, taking 9 breaths here. As we breathe into our forward fold, we surrender all tension in our top body, letting it go, letting our arms go limp, letting our neck go limp so that the crown of our head comes down towards the mat, our forehead towards our knees. If our palms are on the mat, if our palms are right here, this is all fine. Still letting it go so that the force of gravity can work on our bodies. Now we're going to make sure we're on the center of our feet, resting between our toes and our heels. Taking 5 more breaths here. Inhale, filling the belly, and exhale, letting it go. Going slower and steadier with each breath. Excuse me. And when we're ready, and only when we're ready, we're going to step our right foot back, let our knee come down, coming into our low lunge on the opposite side. Again, not letting our knees go loose, instead hugging them towards one another. So we slide our palms up, hands at heart center, making sure our chest is centered. Reaching our arms up, lifting through the fingers, our gaze comes up for 3 deep breaths. Spreading those toes nice and wide, really grounding down, pressing through our back toes, the top of our back foot. Lifting through our fingers. And then gently returning back down to the mat. Spreading the fingers on our right hand nice and wide. Shifting our weight to the right side, letting our left arm come up. Still hugging those knees, still pressing through those toes. 3 deep breaths here. Lifting through the left arm so that we don't sink into our right shoulder. Gently coming back in. The fleshy part of our toes comes onto the mat, hugging the knees, grounding our right heel behind the left at 45 degrees. Inhale, reaching our arms up, coming into our warrior one. Lifting through the arms, creating space in the spine. Our eyes come up for 3 deep breaths. Keeping those hips centered. Keeping a nice healthy tension between the knees. 1 more breath here. And dropping our right arm back, our left arm comes forward. We let our right hip drop, we hug our shoulders, we keep our left knee forward. Our gaze comes forward, we hug those shoulders again, 3 deep breaths. Inhale, fill the belly. Exhale, let it go. Surrender our right hand to the knee, sliding it up. Letting the left palm come up and overhead, palm facing down, hug the shoulder. Lift through the right palm, 3 deep breaths. Bend into that left knee. down to the inside of our left leg, straightening our leg. Our right arm comes up, hugging the shoulders. 3 deep breaths. For our level 2, reaching our arms back just a little bit. Still keeping those shoulders stacked. One more. And when we're ready, grounding that left fingers, really putting weight into that left hand before we lift our right leg up. Our right arm stays stacked. Eyes come up as we spread our toes and lift through our right leg. 3 deep breaths here. Then we gracefully come down and into our fold, surrendering our crown, taking 9 deep breaths here, letting the tension go from the top of our body, making sure we're on the center of our feet, letting our knees face forward and be gentle, and just letting our body do the work from here, sinking into ourselves, letting go of our tension. 5 more deep breaths here. We'll release the palms. We'll walk the feet about hips width apart, coming back into our garland, hugging our shoulders together, letting our chest and hips come forward, for our hands come behind us, and our feet gently come in front of us. Outstanding work. There's only one posture between us and our savasana. We're going to just gently work out some of the tension in our legs with some beautiful one-legged twists. And it was a great practice. You did an awesome job, and I hope you feel a little bit more detached at this point. So now we'll unwind you. Come down onto our backs. Gently hug our right knee into the chest. Now we want to make sure that knee isn't to the side. It isn't in towards the belly. It's right stacked above our hips. Hug it in for one more deep breath. And when we're ready, our left hand is going to come to the right side of our right knee. We're going to allow our right arm to come over to the side as we pull our leg over to the left side, keeping our shoulders grounded. 3 deep breaths here. We'll ground the left palm. Come back to center as our right hand comes inside our left leg, opening us up to the right side. Right, left, whoopsies. Taking 3 deep breaths here. Inhale, fill the belly. And exhale, let it go. Come back to center. Bring our right hand behind our right leg. Lift our toes up towards the ceiling. We're going to gently shift our foot so that our toes are facing over our head before we point them and lower our right leg down to the ground. We're going to leave it here as we hug our left knee into our chest. Again, allowing it to be stacked over the hips, hugging it in for a deep breath. Our right hand comes to the left side of our knee, our left hand to the left as we bring our knee over to our right side. Our gaze comes to the left for 3 deep breaths. We'll release that right palm to the side. Press through the fingers, guiding our leg back to center, and then gently opening up to the left. 3 deep breaths here, keeping our shoulder and lower back grounded. Gently come back to center, bringing our left hand behind our knee, stretching our leg up, and gently turning our toes so that they're facing above our head before we point our toes and lower them back to the mat. Coming into our final savasana, letting go of any tension we might be carrying in our bodies, in our toes, our ankles, our shins and knees, our thighs and lower back, our belly, our chest, and our shoulders. Letting the palms be grounded if we have thoughts on the mind, and up towards the ceiling if our mind is clear. Making sure our neck is free of tension and we are rested comfortably on the back of our head. Closing our eyes. For the next minute, we have nowhere to go and nowhere to be but right here and right now. We'll listen to the sounds and feel the sensations that are right here, right now. When we're ready, we'll bring our attention back to the body. Bring one knee into the chest at a time. And we'll gently rock over to our right side, into our sleeping baby, preparing our body for motion. Press through the ground to come back to our seat. We bring our hands together at heart center, sitting up nice and tall in our easy pose. As we close our eyes to reflect on the intention we set in the beginning of our practice, and only the moments in which we met this intention, letting all others just drift away. We'll end our practice bowing to one another, bowing to our beautiful bodies, and honoring the light within each and every one of us, which is the same. Namaste. Thank you for another awesome practice. I hope this reaches you really well, and feel free to use this video anytime that feels nourishing for you, that you really feel like the world may be too much that day. This is a way to let it go and come back to your safe zone, come back to that spot inside, which is empty. And emptiness can be scary for a lot of us, but really, one thing that's really changed my yoga practice is looking at the idea of santosha, one of our core values, or contentment. And as I was looking at it, realizing that in contentment, we accept all that is and we are silent within. So when we are contented, we're really embracing that inner silence inside of us. So knowing that we can come to that silence whenever we need to. We can come to that contentment. It's just our choice that we need to make, okay? Thank you so much, and thank you for pedestal dismount, for sticking with me through that. I'll see you later. Bye.